Hill. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have some ideas for the first week of school, whether you're teaching online, remotely, virtually, or back in person, or even a hybrid model. So I have 5 books for you. Every day of the first week, what we are going to do is we are going to introduce a new story and then do a quick write, a drawing, or a short activity to get the kids acclimated back to school, to not put so much stress or pressure on them to perform. It's been a long time since they have had to come to school every day or be online every day, at least in the state of California. And so we are starting virtually. And so I just thought of some ideas that I could do remotely, virtually, whatever you're calling it, just to kind of ease them back into school and build that stamina. So the first book I have for you is School's First Day of School. This is the cutest book from the school's perspective of why these people are drinking out of his water fountain and what is this bell, and he is so apologetic that his fire alarm went off. He doesn't understand what it is. It is the cutest book. And again, at the end, you could do a quick short write about the school's feelings or events that happened in the story, and then they can draw a picture of their school and label it with the title. Of course, if you have older students and not primary, then you can do an extension activity if you want. But this is a cute, cute, cute book for the first week of school. It is also a read aloud on my channel. So if you would like to play it for your students, add it to your Google Classroom, please, please, please use my link and then go ahead and do extension activities after, or use it as a comprehension talking piece. The next one is My Teacher is a Monster. This is super funny because it is from a little boy's perspective of what his teacher looks like when he's getting in trouble. But as he gets to know his teacher and he sees who she really is, her face changes, and it's super, super sweet. But you can read this story, and then at the end of the story, do a thinking map, right? And in the middle, put a good teacher, and have the students participate in a discussion with you about what they think a good teacher is or a good teacher does. And you're just gonna list all those things on the thinking map. And you can have them do a thinking map. Also, they can draw, it's super simple for them to draw circles no matter what age, and they can fill in their thinking map at home or in the classroom. And you can even keep going to what a good student does by reading this book the next day. So The Recess Queen, there are a ton of extension activities you can do with The Recess Queen. But first, we can talk about the do's and don'ts on the playground if you're back at school. If you're not, it's just a fun book to read. The do's and don'ts, when we're playing with others. But then you can also lead this into a thinking map of what a good student does. What does a good student do and say? And then have your students go ahead and give you what they think a good student does. And that really starts to set the tone for the classroom and even on Zoom. Does a good student go into the camera? No. A good student has active listening ears and quiet hands while we're paying attention. So you can go ahead and let the kids give you what they think a good student does in the classroom or on Zoom. But this is a really good starting point. The next one is The Dot, and hopefully many of you have heard of it, but if not, The Dot is about a student who feels that she cannot draw, and the teacher is such an encourager, and she says, just start with a dot and sign your name. And so it kind of spirals from there, and at the end, this little girl is an encourager for another student who feels like he just can't. And so as teachers, we are encouragers, especially now, more than ever. We are confidence builders, we are confidence boosters. And so you can have your students just put a dot on the page or you can draw a circle for them if you're in class, or have them draw a circle if they're at home, and take a few minutes or even an independent activity after you're off of Zoom. Have them color in that circle and see what all they can create inside their dot. Or they can simply draw a dot or whatever they want in that piece of paper. But the whole point is to have them sign it. They are artists, and artists always sign their work. And so talking about that and how far we can come through this year, you can hang up their dot and show them their artwork at the beginning of the year all the way to the end. I love to have a bulletin board where I stack on top of each other everything that they've done, so that they can see and their parents can see what they have accomplished this year. And then the next one is, and I said 5 books, but there's 6. The next one is How to Read a Story. This is super cute. It goes through 10 steps on how to read a story. It's not boring, it's super fun, and you can have your students list out the steps of how to read a story, or do they think that the book missed a step? So you can just play around with these activities. You can draw out a book cover for them and they can decorate it if you're in class. And if they're at home, have them pick a piece of paper and make a cover of their own book, and title it. What a fun activity. They get to draw, they get to color, but they also get to listen to a super awesome book while learning the steps on how to pick a book out. So this is super cool, and we really like this one. It's also a read aloud on my channel. If you want to, you get the link and put it in your Google Classroom or any LMS system that you are using. And then First Day Jitters, I feel like this is a classic. It's making me so sad that we will not be in person for the first day of school, because we like to read this as soon as we get in the classroom, get our jitters out. We like to make jitter juice with the kids and do some fun activities. So if you are at school, make jitter juice. It can be anything from water and food coloring with some sprinkles inside to Sprite and fruit punch, whatever you feel comfortable giving your students. But that jitter juice really takes the jitters out of our tummy for the first day of school. So this is a super fun book with a cute twist at the end in case you have never read it. And you can have the students list the recipe. You can have them make their own jitter juice recipe depending on their age. You can have them draw a picture from the story, list their favorite part, or you can simply do this is how I feel on my first day, quick write. So you have a first writing sample, a first day writing sample, and I love to hang those on the board and stack writing on top of each other the entire year. Parents get to see the progression, and it's super awesome how kids progress in their writing. So this is another one, First Day Jitters. So those are the 6 books that I am recommending for the first week of school. I know there are a ton others, but most of those are listed in my YouTube channel. So if you would love to take the link and add it to a playlist for students for enrichment work or independent work or silent reading, please take my link and use it. Or you can just let it play in your classroom and then continue to do the enrichment activities after, because you can stop, replay, whatever. So I hope you got some good ideas. I will be posting another video on how I group my special education students and how we are going to go about teaching online for the next 4 weeks. So stay tuned for that video. If you are still here, please subscribe. Consider giving us a thumbs up as it helps support our channel, and commenting below. I would love to hear from you. All right, we'll see you soon.